Hello mga Gabriela. We're gonna try to start a new thing to keep everyone updated on the going-ons of our organization. Welcome to the first trial version of Gab Weekly News. First up on our weekly news roundup is May Day March and Rally Long Beach. A little bit of history. May Day is actually International Workers' Day or Labor Day in many countries other than the United States. However, the US chooses not to highlight May 1 as May Day here because in 1886, on May 4th, there was actually a huge, violent massacre of workers who were trying to strike for an 8-hour workday that happened in Haymarket Square in Chicago. And thus, our Labor Day is some other day. You know, we really started May Day Long Beach coalition to bring back that tradition of honoring workers' rights and displaying international solidarity with Workers' Day all over the world. And for the past few months, our SecGen Xenia has been representing Gab South Bay in that coalition. So on this May Day, we march alongside our other Bayan organizations, Youth and Student Organization Anak Bayan Long Beach and the Migrant Workers Organization Migrante Long Beach, as well as the Filipino Migrant Center. Here you see in this picture our lovely chant leads, Steph and Diane. I'm their number one fan. Ooh! In this next photo, you'll see Xenia, Marielle, and I performing the Boycott NutriAsia skit to prop the issues of the dire exploitation faced by workers in third world countries, and how we as Gab support their right to unionize and strike and protest for better wages, better working conditions, so that their families can live and survive. The other big thing that happened this week was the Malaya report back that happened on Friday night. Folks from ABLB, Gab, Filipino Youth in Action, and PUSO shared what we learned about women, workers, solidarity work, and faith-based organizing from what we experienced in DC. We also got to witness an amazing new cultural performance from our favorite rappers, DNA and Community. Check out this fire clip.
Marching for our lives every minute, every hour.
Never hesitate, speak truth to power.
Yes, we marching for our lives every minute, every hour.
Never hesitate, speak truth to power.
Kabilang kapangyarihan umaabot sa langit. Anong silbi nito sa panahong ika'y gipit humihingi ng saklolo? Aking napagtanto, walang mangyayari tagbalasay di kasundo. Harap-harap ang sinasabi aming pangkiwan. Komunidad nagkaisa, ito'y nakakabing. Mga batugan sa gobyerno dapat nang patasigin. Mga taong magiting ay dapat kilalanin.
Marching for our lives every minute, every hour.
Never hesitate, speak truth to power.
Yes, we marching for our lives every minute, every hour.
Never hesitate, speak truth to power.
Hear the voice of the people in the street. Echoes in the corner crying out for peace. For the lands, for the buildings, from the country, for the peace.
That's right.
Hundreds of kasamas from the west to the east.
A solid action that we have to work on that I wasn't aware of is that we're going to be lobbying Congresswoman Nanette Baragan. Part of her constituents are in Carson and also in North Long Beach, where I'm from, as Gabriela South Bay should really be on the ground for, and we should get our members to go lobby her, because as a fellow woman of color who came from the same areas that we grew up in, I think that she would be open and willing to listen to us, and just because we have that success with Lowenthal and we can't stop now, it's important to keep going, to keep pushing until we really get what we are demanding, which is to stop that aid from hurting our brothers and sisters in the Philippines and our kasamas in the Philippines. And so I hope that we can all work towards that.
Finally, our last bit of news is a little bit on the Philippine elections. Essentially, the Duterte regime wants to solidify its power, and so it's thrown its support behind this Hugbong ng Pagbabago slate. It's basically made up of a bunch of pro-Duterte, anti-poor, anti-people, would-be senators. If they were to be elected, it would effectively destroy the system of checks and balances between the different branches of Philippine government. Duterte already controls the executive branch as president and has a tight hold on the judicial system, as well as the state forces of the AFP and PNP. In response, the progressive bloc of legislators, the Makabayan bloc, has endorsed its own slate to prevent this from happening. You see our guy Nery Colmenares, Chel Jokno, Erin Tanyada, Bam Aquino, Grace Poe, Nancy Binay, Serge Osmeña, Samira Gutok, as well as labor bets Kaleodi de Guzman and Soni Matula. You may be wondering about certain names and thinking, whoa, aren't they pro-US imperialism? Aren't they pro-feudalism? Don't they also have neoliberal politics? And you are exactly right. Naturally, there are certain stances that the left doesn't agree with these senators on, but it's a tactical thing to endorse them just to ensure that Duterte does not get his majority in the Senate. Otherwise, he would use it to change the constitution, remove his own term limits as president, as well as remove the limits on foreign ownership of Philippine land, industries, properties, and natural resources. For more information, please check out the Migrante Guide and Statement to the Elections in the Philippines. Thank you for tuning in, mga Gabriela, and hopefully you all get a chance to try your hand at this.